All right, instant reaction as I hit record on this. There's still actually 5 minutes left, but this was directly after the Mac Jones interception. Brutal sequence to end this one. The 49ers still had a chance. They were able to get that stop. Field goal missed. The field goal kicker missed it, gave the 49ers a little bit of life, and the 49ers find themselves in a fourth and less than one situation, and they get a penalty. They get a penalty to make it fourth and like five or so. And then Mac Jones drops back. I mean, beautiful disguise and coverage. Jamel Dean was playing the short route towards the sticks, but he had eyes on them trying to hit that little pocket right behind him, and he was all over it. So that's just great preparation by the Bucs defense. They knew exactly what the 49ers were trying to accomplish. They sniffed it out, and they absolutely really put this game in clamps. So sucks, man, because I would say that the 49ers had a chance to win this one. I mean, they were in it. They had the opportunity, but too many missed opportunities. And it really feels like the 49ers lost the momentum when Baker Mayfield, they had him dead to rights in the backfield. I think it was Bryce Huff and Travis Gibson had a sack on him, and it was already third and long. Then he escapes and then creates multiple missed tackles and then gets a first down. And then that just felt like it sucked the life out of this game for the San Francisco 49ers. They weren't able to rebound. They scored a touchdown off that big one down to Johnson. He made a beautiful catch. Just a great job taking advantage of the 49ers defense. And I mean, this is a brutal one. And obviously the biggest storyline really out of this game is Fred Warner. And what is his status? We did hear from Diana Rossini. According to a source, Fred Warner has dislocated his ankle. So I'm trying to rationalize it. I'm trying to cope with it. In my brain, I hear dislocation, and I'm like, okay, that might not be that bad. But in reality, we all saw the play. And, although a dislocated isn't a break, I still don't think they've ruled out the potential of a fracture or ligament damage. So ideally, yes, dislocation is better than a break. But again, we still don't know if there is a fracture. We still don't know if there is ligament damage. So praying, knocking on wood, that the injury for Fred Warner isn't a season-long injury, but just a devastating blow to lose Fred Warner in this game. And, it's tough because even still, with all the guys that they have missing, they still can be in these games. They can still be competitive. They could still win this game. But it's just almost the self-inflicted wounds that I think make these losses hurt more, is because it's like the same thing with the Jags loss. Like, they should have won that game, I believe. But the self-inflicted wounds just really kept coming back to bite them. And, when we look back at last season, that was a big identity of this team, was, shooting themselves in the foot and losing the game themselves. So like in this one, again, you get a sack on Baker Mayfield on that third and long. You keep the juice, you keep the momentum, you get the ball back. You prevent them from scoring. It changes the whole complexion of the game. And now they find themselves in this situation where, yes, they're still only down one score. They're heading towards the 2-minute warning, and it is currently 4th and 3. So there might be a chance for them to get the ball back. So again, I hope I'm not making this video too early. It's gonna kind of force me to to kind of stretch this one out just because game's not over yet. But obviously, I want to be prepared to go live right away, and then just kind of get my initial thoughts of this game out. I think one of the big takeaways from today was really seeing the difference, of having a mobile quarterback in Brock Purdy, and then a guy like Mac, who Mac played really well. I really don't have too many issues with Mac. Obviously, the 2 interceptions are going to be a big takeaway from this game. The first one looked like some kind of miscommunication. You had Kendrick Bourne kind of looking like he was running a comeback, but Mac was expecting him to run it out, and there was some kind of miscommunication there. I bet if those two are on the same page, that is an interception. But unfortunately, that's how you started the game. You give the ball back to the Bucs. They drive down the field and they score, right? So that's just kind of the nature of it. They started the game that way with self-inflicted wounds, and it feels like it kind of ended that way too. And when you have as many injuries as the San Francisco 49ers have, you can't do that. You can't turn the ball over in those types of situations. And, when you look at Mac Jones, 25 of 36, 321 yards. And again, they're going to get the ball back. It's a 2-minute warning currently, and they're down 8. So they could, if they can pull something crazy out of their hats and somehow drive the ball down and get a score, that would be wild. That would be phenomenal. But that remains to be seen. Kendrick Bourne, went off today, 5 receptions, 142 yards. I'm assuming he'll have another reception or 2 on this final drive. Jake Tonges was actually the 49ers' second leading wide receiver, 6 receptions for 58 yards. Interesting situation with Juwan Jennings. He only had 1 catch for 7 yards, but Cam Inman had reported that Kyle Shanahan and Juwan Jennings got into it on the sideline before halftime, having to be restrained by multiple people, security, Trent Williams getting involved, and it sounded like something that kind of went on for a while. So that is going to be a storyline from this game, because we also know, he was a holdout. He wanted a contract. He opted not to sign the contract. So there's a good chance he's probably not happy with the San Francisco 49ers. Maybe he's not happy with Kyle Shanahan. And that is kind of boiling over onto the sideline. The Bucs are actually going for it. Oh, okay, they're not. They were trying to get the 49ers to jump off sides. They call a timeout. And now they're going to punt, it appears. So, but yeah, the situation with Juwan Jennings is an interesting one. I'm not sure what it means, with them yelling at each other on the sideline. Yes, there's a competitive element to this game, but also at the same time, it's like, it's not a good look when you have players yelling at your coach and your coach is yelling at you and you guys are having to be restrained. It's not a good look. As the Bucs get ready for a 45-yard field goal, it's through the uprights. It's a 2-score game, and the San Francisco 49ers will go on to lose this one. So gross, not good, not great. Hopefully the 49ers get some juice back next week. Primetime football. Hopefully Kittle's back. Hopefully Ricky Pearsall's back. Brock Purdy's back. We'll have to see what the status of Fred Warner is. But let me know how you guys are feeling about this one in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.